Kill the clock. Kill the clock is back, baby. What's up, everybody? Kill the clock is back. NFL edition. Week 1 of the NFL season. JK, it's week 7, but this is week 1 of Kill the Clock NFL edition. I'm Shahin and we back, baby. We officially back. I'm here with the DFS fiend, Zaid Hadid. What's up, man?
How you doing? It's good to finally talk some NFL.
Well, we talk about NFL all the time, and we've been talking about it for 6 weeks, and we just realized maybe we should do a Kill the Clock pod, the first one in week 7, which is it's really late, but whatever. That we don't have any rules, so it's all right. So what do you want to talk about, man?
Let's talk some gambling. Let's talk some lines. Let's talk DFS.
Oh my gosh, man, you're such a fiend right off the bat.
Got to do it, man. Everyone's talking about it. We got to play the game.
Okay, all right. So what do you want to talk about? Lines?
All right, let's start with the lines. Look, so you had your predictions, right, for each game, for each matchup?
What? Predictions?
Yeah, you made your line predictions for each game, right?
No.
What? That's the whole point of this podcast.
What? No, what? No, we're going to talk about the NFL. Week 7.
No. Yeah, week 7 lines.
Oh my gosh. All right, whatever. No, I mean, all I have to do is guess, right?
Yeah, you got to guess.
This is the same thing Bill Simmons does on his podcast, right?
Yeah, but we're more accurate and we got better knowledge of the NFL.
That's true. All right, so let's do it.
All right. First game, Thursday night. We're starting with Seattle at San Francisco. What you got?
So I'm guessing the line?
You're guessing the line.
Okay. I'm going to say Seattle 6 points.
Okay. You win this one. I put Seattle at 4.5.
Why? 4.5?
Yeah, I mean, it's an away game. I just thought that it's a division game. Maybe San Francisco gets a couple points there, but guess not.
Well, so what's the line for it?
It's at 7.
7? Oh, okay. Well, actually, that's kind of high. I might take San Francisco.
Yeah.
I don't know, actually. I can't trust Thursday night games. I don't like betting on them. They're so sloppy. You never know, like, I don't know. It's like both teams come into the game, and it's just like I don't know. It's so sloppy. They don't know what they're doing. Although I will say this, the Thursday night games this year have been a lot better than they were last year.
That's true. I mean, yeah, Thursday night games are just weird. They only got 4 days to get ready for it, and this seems San Francisco is going to be staying at home. Seattle needs this win to basically have playoff contention, I guess.
Wait, isn't it like 3 days? They only have 3 days?
That's true. I mean, I counted the Thursday just a warm up, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, that's really not a lot of time.
No, it's not.
I don't know why the NFL does this.
I don't know. All right. Next game.
Whoa, hold up. We're not going to talk about the game? Man, you're such a gambling fiend, man. You just want to talk about the lines and then go and bet on them. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game, man.
What can I say?
Oh my gosh. Calm down, Zay. You've betting too much money, man. I'm starting to get worried about you.
What do you want to talk about the game?
Well, we got to break down the game.
All right, so
Well, who you got in this matchup? Well, I mean, if you were to bet, and the line is 7, right? So who are you taking?
I would actually bet San Francisco. I mean, I agree with you. Seattle 7 points too high the way they've been playing all year. But I did that it is kind of it's not a great line just because I heard Hyde and Bolden might be out this week, which is pretty big. So 7 points might not be too bad to take the over either. It's a stay away game for me. Thursday night games are stay away games for me.
I agree. If you had to pick someone, you would pick +7 Niners?
After Hyde and Bolden coming out, I don't know.
If they're active, if they're active.
If they're active, I would take San Francisco for sure.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what if this is San Francisco Super Bowl?
Yeah.
This is at home. It's Thursday night. It's this is their rival. I mean, the season is lost for them. They really want to beat Seattle and make them 2-5. Which, let's be real, I want to get this out of the way. Seattle should be 1-5 right now, not 2-4.
Right.
That Detroit game on Monday night, that was a terrible call, and the Lions should have had the ball on the 1 yard line. Blah blah blah. Just recapping a bit since we're in week 7. But yeah, I mean, that's incredible to think that the Seahawks, who we all expect to be in the playoffs and be a huge contender, they could be 1-5. I mean, they're 2-4 right now.
Yeah. Same record as the Niners, and funny how Seattle has a 7-point advantage away from at an away game, and they have the same record in the same division.
Right, but I mean, that's tough. I actually would take the Niners here too. I just feel like they'd be really motivated to beat them.
Yeah, I think
this is their biggest enemy.
that's true, and they would love to prove that they would love to have the better record coming out of Week 7. How crazy would that be? Who would have known after Week 1 or 2?
Can I make a confession?
Sure.
I saw the line for this game was actually a little lower, I think, on some sites.
Okay.
And then it went up. So if it was actually low, I would have taken Seattle. Like if it was like 5 points.
Right. Definitely. All right. Let's move on. We got a lot of more games here.
All right, for
sure. Buffalo, Jacksonville. It is in London. It's in London. What do you got for that one? Buffalo, Jacksonville. Buffalo at Jacksonville.
No, but it's in London.
Or sorry, yeah. But I guess it's a home game for Jacksonville.
Okay, so if it's a neutral field, I'm gonna say Buffalo's 4 points better than Jacksonville.
Okay, I got you on this one. The line is actually 5.5 Buffalo. I said 5.
Okay. So who would you take?
Dang, London games are also one of those games you want to stay away from.
Why? What? Why?
It's a neutral zone. It's kind of weird with the time. It's kind of the thing where you take your family to the games and maybe throws you off a little bit. It's a lot of factors here. Got to consider everything. I don't know. Jacksonville might not be. They're not used to that London weather. From going from Florida to London. I'd have to go. I think Tyrod Taylor's coming back this week. I'll go Buffalo. I think Buffalo covers the 5.5 points.
It's 5.5. I think I'll take Buffalo to cover too. Jacksonville has been terrible. I mean,
right.
I expected them to cover against the Bucks, against Houston. And every time I've bet them this year, they've let me down. I'm not falling for it again. They're a terrible team. I mean, I like what Blake Bortles is doing actually this year. He's gotten better because he was absolute shit last year. But I mean, he's a rookie, right?
Right.
You got to cut him some slack. He's actually looked really good. He's got a lot of weapons. I don't think TJ Yeldon is playing. I'm not sure. His status is unknown. But Buffalo is also really inconsistent. They seem to they have a good win, and the next week they have a bad loss. So I don't know what's going on, but I think I would take the Bills here for sure because I can't bet on Jacksonville anymore.
Yeah, definitely. Also knowing that Allen Robinson, he said his leg is okay, but don't want to hobble Robinson.
Beast, he's Des Jr.
All right, next game we got Minnesota at Detroit. Who you got?
Minnesota at Detroit. I'm gonna go with Minnesota 5 points.
Oh wow, you went higher than I did. I said Vikings at 4. The line is actually Minnesota 2.5.
Well, I'm so bad at this. Minnesota 5 points. All right. Lions
I
are bad, man.
That's a pretty wow. They're giving a lot of faith in Detroit at home, I guess, after last week. But
It's
Minnesota's
two.
not that.
It's 2.5.
Yeah,
I'm taking Minnesota all day
yeah. I don't know. I guess maybe they think Detroit gained a lot of confidence after last week. I don't know.
against the Bears.
They barely won that game too, and
Right.
Minnesota's way better than the Bears.
Right. Exactly. Um, although I will say, it should be said, Minnesota is 0-2 on the road this season. But I mean, one of those losses was to Denver, and that game was really close.
Okay.
So if that game was really close, they're going to Detroit now, much worse team. I feel like this could be like an ugly loss for Detroit. Like I mean, I think Adrian Peterson going to run all over him. Teddy Bridgewater going to get going. You know, Teddy Bridgewater hasn't really had a good year so far. I think he's going to have a good game. And I mean, everyone. I mean, 2.5 points. That's easy, man. Vikings are much better.
Yeah, I think Peterson will have a bounce back game. He had about 26 carries last week, got about 60 yards against the Chiefs, and I don't think he'll do that again against the Detroit run defense, which is I think they're in the bottom 5 for rush defense. So I think Peterson's gonna be able to run all over them.
Look at you bringing the stats.
Had to one
I
game like
love it.
gotta
You're
be.
such a fiend. All right.
All right, next game we got New Orleans at Indianapolis. By the
Oh.
way, Peterson was on a lot of my DFS teams last week. That's how I knew that.
Yeah. All right. All right. What was it?
New Orleans at Indianapolis. Indiana. I'll say mine first. This one I got Colts by 5.5.
I'm gonna go 4.5.
Right on the money. You got it.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That makes up for being terribly wrong on the other one.
Yeah. I I would actually take the over pretty easily on this one. I think they'll have a nice bounce back game against New Orleans. I think I know a lot of people don't trust Luck lately, as of this year, but I don't know. He looked not too bad last week. Other than he had a good first half. His second half, he kept throwing high balls to everyone, but I think I don't know what's going on with his shoulder, but I think he'll have a decent game. New Orleans does not have a great pass defense, so
They don't have a great defense in general. Run, pass doesn't matter. They're
right.
terrible. um, yeah, I think I like the Colts too for sure. Um, I just have you always have a feeling with the Saints being, you know, having a good quarterback, they could always backdoor cover. But I feel like the Colts have something to prove this week. Uh, because everyone's talking about that play call against New England, how dumb that was, and I mean that was one of the
Yeah.
stupidest things I'll ever see. Um, I'm sure everyone is talking about it, and it's getting the team to get in the mindset of wanting to prove themselves against a much inferior opponent. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Those are definitely good points. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
Just
I love the Colts in this spot for sure.
just a quick, since we got to talk about the play of the week, basically. I mean, I actually thought, I mean, it wasn't a bad play to be on. It's not a bad play call. They, I mean, what was the reason they called the flag though? It was a illegal formation, right?
There was a flag.
There was an illegal formation flag on top of it being a horrendous call or a horrendous execution of the play call, I should say.
Um, I think they were trying to line up that way to maybe snap if it to make them think like they were going to snap the ball and lob it over to to the right and have that guy punt the ball, or maybe but their intention, from what Pagano was saying, was that they were never supposed to snap the ball in the
Right.
first place. They were trying to get New England to mess up somehow and making them have an illegal formation. or having them jump off sides or do something. They were not supposed to snap the ball. Although, except the problem is the guy who did snap the ball said that he was told if he feels a hand on his butt, he's going to snap the ball. So I'm
I
not
think
sure I'm not sure what's going on, man. But I know it's
sorry.
just it's dumb. It's dumb. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think the guy that was he was snapping the ball. He never practiced. He never practiced that play that last week. It was supposed to be the starter, but he didn't play, and it was his
Right.
first time doing the play. So I
Right.
feel bad for him. Didn't know what he's doing, but
Pagano going to get fired, dude.
hey,
They're
what
gonna
if
they're gonna walk into playoffs because they're in a shitty division, right?
right?
And they're gonna lose in the playoffs again, and Pagano's gonna get fired. But when this should have happened, probably at the beginning of the year, before the season. I don't think he's a good coach. I don't even think the GM is good there either. But if I had to pick which one is shittier, I'd probably go with Pagano.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we'll see how the rest of the season
Why?
goes.
What were they thinking? They actually had New England in a good spot there. Just punt the ball. Why are you
They're,
trying to outsmart Belichick? Don't do it.
yeah, they took out they threw a couple of trick plays in that game.
For sure.
They
Some of them worked too. The onside kick, that was surprising.
That was a beautiful kick, by the way. Unfortunately, they didn't get the ball, but
Adam Vinatieri, dude. I mean, he he was motivated to play against his old team, so
right.
he's such a good kicker. I think he's like 45,000
Yeah,
years old. I don't know what he is, but I feels like he's been in the league since like the 1800s.
yeah. Next game we got Pittsburgh at Kansas City. I got
Oh, there's no line for this game, right?
yeah, the line doesn't have the game doesn't have a line yet, just because I think they don't know if Ben's playing. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Oh,
right. Next,
we could. Well, hold on. If Ben is playing, what do you think the line would be?
if Ben is playing, I would give Pittsburgh a 5 points. 5 points.
Yeah, I'd give him like 6 points. The Chiefs are terrible right now.
Right. Well, what if Ben's not playing and Landry's starting? What would you?
Maybe like 3 points,
Okay.
3 or 4 points.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, with Ben, it should be like 7 points or something.
All right. Next game we got Houston at Miami. I got Dolphins by 3.5.
Dolphins by 3.5.
Dolphins by 3.5. They're at home against Houston.
All right, I'm gonna go Dolphins 2.5.
I got it's actually 4. So
What? Whoa.
so I got that one.
Whoa. Okay, I think people are overreacting to the Dolphins from last week.
Recency bias.
There you go. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, what Houston won last week as well. I don't know. I guess they think the new coach is going to be doing damage for the next couple of weeks. I mean, the previous coach was terrible, by the way. Who knew?
Yeah, but yeah, I think we're overreacting to the Dolphins being the Titans. I'm not sure about this. I think yeah, I think the public's overreacting.
Houston's not.
I would have to wait another week to see whether Dan Campbell, Captain Dan, is really has really gotten this team to play it a different way. I mean, one game is not enough for me to say I should give the Dolphins 4 points. I mean, I feel like the Dolphins and Houston and Texans are actually pretty close right now. So I would actually probably take the Texans here if they're giving me 4 points, 4.5.
Yeah, Miami's defense was supposed to be good before everyone was saying that they're supposed to have a decent defense. But I don't know. Maybe this coach will bring them alive. I don't know.
DeAndre Hopkins can't be covered right now. He can't be
can't.
covered. He can't be covered. He's legitimately one of the best wide receivers in the league right now. He's an elite wide receiver. People need to start recognizing this. He's one of the best route runners in the league with some of the best hands in the league. He cannot be covered. Brian Hoyer is getting the ball to him. He's force feeding him, and that's their offense. Him and Arian Foster's finally getting back on track. I think the Texans are getting slighted a bit here. I think I would take the Texans 4.5.
Okay. I probably would too.
I will say this though. I did like what the Dolphins did last week, and it's not because I have Lamar Miller on a bunch of my fantasy teams, but they got back. No, seriously, they got back to the fundamentals of football. Stop the run the ball. They were the number one team in the league on first down, passed the ball 72 times, 72% of the time on first down. That's more than any other team. They didn't give the ball to Lamar Miller. They never did. So as soon as they started doing that, you saw what happened last week. Lamar Miller finally had a good game, 19 carries for 113 yards and a touchdown, and their offense looked a lot better, taking the ball away from Tannehill and giving him protection. So I like what the Dolphins are doing.
Agreed. Next game we got New York Jets at the Patriots.
Ooh.
What do you got?
I bet it's like Patriots by 10.
Okay. Wow, we actually tie on this one. I said 8, and the actual is 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a lot of points. The Jets have a pretty, definitely a great defense, and
Yeah, I'm taking the Jets here.
division game. Uh, the offensive line for the Patriots can be, isn't that the Patriots' offensive line isn't that great right now, and I don't know. I think the Jets are a team that are one of those type of teams that can take advantage of that.
I feel like the matchup of this game is going to be Dion Lewis against David Harrison and the Jets linebackers, because I don't think they'll be able to pound the ball with LeGarrette Blount in this game. The Jets have a great run defense. They have a great pass defense. I feel like Brady's going to have to throw a lot to win, and I feel like 9 points is a lot. I mean, they're at home. There is always that possibility of the Patriots could blow out a team, but the Jets are 4-1. They're playing really good football. They're one of the best defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Bowles is doing a great job with that team, and that's a lot of points. I'm going to have to take the Jets. Not saying they're going to win, but I think they'll cover for sure.
I think also Dion Lewis was limited in practice as well. I don't know if he'll get the start or even play. So let's see.
He'll be okay, I think.
Yeah. He's banged up. Next game we got the Browns at St. Louis.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I had the Rams at 4.5.
4.5. I'm gonna go Rams 3.
Oh wow, you went low. 6.
What is it? 6?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Cleveland's been hanging around lately against a couple teams here and there.
Right? Yeah.
They hung around Denver, and I don't know. 6 could be too high, but St. Louis I think had a bye week last week. Gurley's still fresh as ever, and I don't know. St. Louis can't put up that many points, so 6 is kind of a lot.
Okay, well, Todd Gurley for sure is going to run on this team.
Right.
He had 150 yards against Cardinals. He had 150 yards against Green Bay. Those are two decent defenses. Arizona being better, but so far, yeah. Todd Gurley is looking like one of the best running backs in the NFL as a rookie. So I think he could go for 200 yards in this game. I'm not even kidding. So
you can pick him on your DFS teams and.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be on a lot of my DFS teams. Like that's a chalk play, whatever. And he's definitely. I'm gonna base a lot of my lineups around him. But yeah, Todd Gurley could totally run on them.
So would you take the under or do you think the Rams cover?
No, I'm taking the Browns to cover. Okay. That 6 points is a little too high.
Okay. I'll probably take the Rams on this one.
Rams cover. All right.
Atlanta at Tennessee. I put let's see, what did I hear? I got Atlanta by 6.
Atlanta by 6. Mariota, I don't think is playing. He's out, right?
I,
MCL. Let's be.
he actually said that he's feeling decent enough to potentially play this week.
What? I thought it was an MCL sprain. Okay.
Yeah, usually it takes a couple of weeks. I don't know how he's playing.
Yeah. Beast. I'm gonna say Falcons 6.5, 7.
Oh wow, I thought you had this one in the bag. It's actually Atlanta by 3.5.
Come on. Wait. Am I gonna make a lot of money on Vegas, or are they trying to trick me? What's going on? I don't know. I'm disagreeing a lot with these lines right now. I don't know. I'm not trying to even be contrarian or anything. Watch. I'm gonna lose a lot of money this week. This is what's
I don't
gonna
get
happen.
3.5 is terribly low. Tennessee has a terrible run defense. Devontae Freeman is getting crazy numbers these last 4 or 5 weeks, and I don't know how they're only giving Atlanta 3.5 points when Tennessee can't get any any points on the board. They just lost 38-10 last week to the Dolphins. I don't like it.
This is a no-brainer, right? Take the Falcons to cover. It's crazy. What was it again? Tell me.
Falcons 3.5.
What is going on? I'm gonna go bet on that for sure. Like right after this.
Okay, sounds good.
Wow.
Here's another one. We got Tampa Bay at Washington.
Oh, I'm
Um,
not gonna watch that game.
I got Redskins 5.5.
Redskins 5.5. I'm gonna go 4 points.
Okay, there you go. Washington's favored by 3.5.
Okay.
Only half a point off there. Nice. That's
I'm really
also pretty low for Washington. They're actually a pretty decent team, and definitely defensively at least. And 3.5 is not a lot at home against Tampa Bay, who gives up a ton of points.
Right. Winston and Cousins are going to be good for like a couple picks each in this game.
You think any pick sixes come by?
I don't know. They're both liable. I mean, it could happen.
Okay. Now we're done with the morning games. Now the first afternoon game is the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, hold on. Wait, who are you taking in the other one? Are you even saying who you're going to take in these?
I mean, if you want me to actually, I said the Redskins. I think it was too little points. I'll definitely put the Redskins covered.
Oh, okay. All right.
What about you?
What was it? Redskins?
3.5.
I'll pass.
Okay. Stay away game.
This is terrible. I don't know.
Okay. Next game we got Raiders at San Diego.
If you guys don't know, Zaid is a Raiders fan.
Off a bye week, baby. I got Chargers at 4.
Chargers at 4. I'm gonna say Chargers at 5.
Okay, it's a 3.5 Chargers.
Okay.
I
feel like I gotta pick different from you, even though I probably agreed with 4.
You don't have to. You could say the same number, or I'll just let you go first next time.
Okay.
I think okay. So San Diego just came off a tough loss last week. Almost.
Baby.
Had the chance against your Packers.
Yeah.
Burgers threw for 500 yards against the Packers in Green Bay, and he's facing Oakland, who has a pretty bad pass defense and an okay underrated run defense. But I think Rivers should be able to be throwing another 400-yard game. Keenan Allen Gates going off.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to throw for 400 because he threw 65 attempts in that game.
He has to. They have no run game. They have to.
But I mean, yes. Maybe they will do that again. I mean, it worked pretty well for him in the Green Bay game.
I guess we have to mention that they were playing comeback a lot of the time, but
Right. Game script was. But I mean, they also went into the game with that. Their game plan was get the ball out of Philip Rivers' hands as quickly as possible, quick passing, a lot of drag and slant routes and crossing routes, and they were very effective at it. I mean, the guy had 500 yards, but it has to be said he threw the ball 65 times. Like
right.
his yards per attempt was right where Aaron Rodgers' yards per attempt was. So it's not like but I will say he was on fire, dude. It was crazy. He was
Hmm.
hitting. I think he had the game of his life. Like he hit on so many throws.
The one thing he missed Danny Woodhead for that touchdown. He had him wide open at that third down play, I think.
He also had in the first quarter because I went back and rewatched. I rewatched any Packers game. Um, he missed Antonio Gates wide open in the first quarter, and Antonio Gates dropped a touchdown in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But there was also a sure pick dropped by Sam Shields in the red zone, which led to a subsequent field goal. But I mean,
I wouldn't.
Rivers had a great game. I think that was one of the best quarterback performances I've ever seen. He was on fire. Oh man. So I have to take the Chargers. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, I could be a little biased on this. Raiders off a bye week. It's a division game. Derek Carr blew up. Or not blew up. He actually he wrecked the Chargers last week or last year, and it was actually one of his best games ever. I don't know if he'll do it again, but it's a division game. These games are always, you never know. It's a stay away game for me, but I'd probably have to go Chargers just because they lost pretty, dramatically last week.
You going Chargers?
Yeah, I know it's tough.
I think I'll actually go Raiders. I'll change my pick. I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
You can't
I'm
change it that quickly.
yeah, yeah, I can. Okay, so here, hold on. You just said they're gonna be motivated after a loss like that. They might be drained after a loss like that.
I don't know. I think usually teams.
That was an emotional loss. You saw like Rivers was on the ground like hitting the ground like a little baby. Like he
No, I
was
think
he was pissed.
Rivers is gonna. This is what happened. Rivers after the game, watched the film, saw that he had Danny Woodhead wide open to tie the game in the fourth quarter, and he's gonna be pissed. He's a competitor, one of the competitive QBs in the game, and I think he'll come back and.
Bro, he wasn't wide open. Demarius Randall broke it
Nah,
up.
Woodhead was wide open that third down. It's not the
Oh,
fourth.
oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right.
It's the play before that one.
You're
They
right.
actually
Yeah.
almost ran the same play. It looked like.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
It looked like it. Yeah. Woodhead in the flat. Yeah.
Yeah, they saw that he was open to play before, and they tried to do it again, and he wasn't open that time. So, all right, next game we got Dallas at New York. You go ahead this time.
Can I just say something?
Sure.
Your boy Derek Carr looks really good.
Yeah, I think
That's actually my main reason of why I'm taking the Chargers. And plus, you guys are coming off the bye. Or sorry, the Raiders. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Derek
He
Carr
looks, he looks really good.
Sorry.
It's really good.
Okay. Dallas at New York. Who do you got?
Giants by 4.
Okay, I got Giants at 5. The actual is 3.5 Giants.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if Brian's playing or not. He's 50-50, he says. Matt Castle starting this week, so I don't know. I'd probably pick Giants. I always like doing the revenge factor kind of thing, so I think Giants also had a very tough loss last week. So I'm gonna go Giants covering. They are on a short week though, but I still think they're motivated enough to win.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Unless, I mean, the way the Cowboys win this game is they've got to run the ball really well with Kristen Michael, And fantasy alert for anyone listening to this. You gotta see what you gotta get Kristen Michael on your team if he's on the waiver wire somehow. This guy is really talented. He's one of the most uh, athletic running backs in the league. But mentally, he just it never it. He's always had trouble like grasping the playbook, and he's always been, like he's had some like always had some trouble. Like he was a second round pick for Seattle, so I mean he's a really promising player, and now he's finally the starting running back for a team, and I just can't see how he can't do better with all of his ability, athletic ability, his upside. I can't see him doing any worse than Joseph Randall
Right.
with that line. So I feel like Kristen Michael's going to blow up. He's potentially someone who could win your league for you. So anyone listening to this, I believe the hype with this guy. I've had him on my dynasty team for years. I've read about him a lot. Trust me, Kristen Michael is probably legit. We'll have to
After
see. We'll have to see. But this could be the week where we finally see him blow up. And I've been waiting for this week for so long because I am a big believer in athletic ability. This guy had a crazy Spark score. Spark is a Nike composite athletic score that the Seahawks use a lot actually when they draft. Um, this guy's a freak. Like he's an athletic freak, and I saw him have one carry against the Patriots for 6 yards, and he exhibited burst and better vision than any of the other Dallas running backs. So yeah, just that one carry. So I
so
believe in this kid.
after saying all that, who you picking?
Giants.
Yeah. Um, next game we got Philadelphia at Carolina. Carolina's undefeated, 5-0, MVP Cam Newton, baby.
Wait, you really think he's come on.
MVP Cam Newton.
What what? Dude. Over Brady and Rodgers?
Definitely over Rodgers. Brady, I'm not I think he's over Brady right now too.
What the oh my gosh. We gotta stop everything. What are you doing, dude?
I'm sorry. I just love he's if he gets 11, 12 wins this year, that's just crazy insane.
He's got Greg Olsen?
That's the only guy.
Okay, Greg Olsen is a good tight end.
Absolutely.
He's like a top 5 or 6 receiving tight end. That's a good weapon to have, man, in the middle of the field.
All right. I'll concede. I think he's at least in the top 5 MVP candidates. Can we agree on that?
All right. We're good.
It's too early to pick who the MVP is, but he's
over Rodgers and Brady. Come on, man. Yeah, okay. I knew you were trolling, man. Come on.
I love Cam Newton. I love Cam Newton.
I love him too, man. I would love to have that defense. I'm just saying. Josh
Absolutely.
Norman, shutdown corner. Luke Kuechly, beast. Kawan Short, beast. Dude, they don't even have Charles Johnson, I think. They don't even have their pass rushing being optimal. And they're doing work, man.
What you got at the line?
I got to go Panthers by 6.
Oh, wow. I got Panthers at 4.5, and the line's actually Carolina by 3.5.
Whoa.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. I'm really high on Carolina. And I feel like I'm going to lose a lot of money this week.
Philadelphia's been looking a little bit better the last couple weeks, so I guess they're putting some faith in that. Las Vegas is.
Sam Bradford is either throwing into the ground or throwing to the other team. I don't know. He doesn't look good at all. I don't know how the Giants were not able to capitalize on Sam Bradford looking like absolute shit on that Monday night game. I'm sorry, but he did. And I don't know what Chip Kelly, like, that was a terrible trick. How is Nick Foles, like, Nick Foles is better than him. I don't even like Nick Foles.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how Philly's winning these games, honestly. They won in week 5, 39-17 against New Orleans at home. Then they beat the Giants. They were,
New Orleans isn't good though.
I know, but 39-17, they put 39 points on the board with the way they were playing before that game.
We do have to give Philadelphia defense some depth though. They did play really well.
Right.
They also have a really good run defense.
Underrated, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, what? Giants were up 7-0 and they scored 27 in a row on them. So, anyway, last game here of the week is Monday Night Football, Baltimore at Arizona.
Cardinals by 9.
Okay, you got this one. I said 8. It's actually 10.
Dang,
So
that's a lot of points.
that is a lot of points, but I think
I'm gonna take the Ravens, dude. That's a lot of points.
a lot of people are expecting Carson, Fitzgerald, John Brown to go off. So I don't know. They have their Cardinals lost last week, right? Who they played? They played.
They
Played.
lost? Oh, they did. They did. They lost to the Steelers.
Right. And I think that it's a revenge game. They've been beating up
Not everything is a revenge game, dude.
Everything is revenge game. Everyone who listens to this podcast will go back and say, "Wow, all these revenge factors actually came into play, and a lot of them." So I think you guys, it's a thing. It's a thing, guys.
Okay. All right. I am taking the Ravens because 10 points is a lot, and the Ravens have not lost any game this season by more than 6 points. So I think in prime time on Monday night, they'll make it within a 10-point game. They'll lose because the Cardinals are a much better team. But in terms of underrated teams in the league, the Ravens are not what their record is. You know, they're not as bad as their record. Their defense isn't good. Their pass rush is shot. They don't have Terrell Suggs. I mean, that's a big loss. That was a big loss for them. And for some reason, their secondary is horrific right now. I don't know what's going on, but they are not as bad as everyone thinks they are. They're not 1-5 bad.
Yeah, this is a stay away game for me. I don't know. Like Baltimore's defense is terrible. Arizona's going to be throwing points on the board very quickly. But again, I want to emphasize this. Baltimore also has the revenge factor where they absolutely lost dramatically last week. A winnable game in San Francisco.
Dude, you can't do this every week and just keep saying revenge.
When it's a double revenge factor, I stay away because I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh my gosh. So if a team loses, it's a revenge factor?
It depends.
The next week?
It comes into play, but if it's a bad team, you can't really use it. I don't think Ravens are a bad team like you said. I don't think they're as bad as their record shows. If it was like, the Lions, they just lost and they're playing, the Falcons or something, I'll still go Falcons, and I wouldn't care about the Lions' revenge factor. But
okay.
Yeah, so anyway, Cardinals 10 points. If I had to bet $10,000 I got for free, and they wanted me to bet it on something because they trust my NFL knowledge so much, I'd probably put it on. I'd probably think that Cardinals cover just because they've been beating up bad teams, beating up. And
they couldn't beat Landry Jones last week.
That's true. That scares me a little bit, but
Landry Jones.
That scares me.
I know. I thought that was a Cardinals win for sure.
Right, Carson Palmer.
Credit to the Steelers.
Carson always has a game or two a year where he just does not look good at all. He threw a couple of terrible passes, and I think it was one of those games that Carson always has at least 2 losses on himself kind of thing.
Okay, he definitely didn't play well, but it seemed like they moved the ball pretty well from what I saw of that game, and they're definitely going to move the ball against the Ravens. So,
right,
who's I don't know how they're going to cover Fitzgerald and John Brown. John Brown had 10 catches for 196 yards.
That's
Dang.
crazy.
No, he's really good. You can't cover him. He's really good.
Yeah. I mean, even Malcolm Floyd, or yeah, Malcolm,
Michael
Floyd,
Floyd. Michael.
he had a touchdown, 5
Mhm.
catches, 50 yards. I mean, everyone. I mean, Arizona's offense is really good. So
Well, there's one thing that didn't work for them last week is their run defense.
right.
So and they've been over 100 yards in every game so far, and I don't know. You could probably check for me, but like Chris Johnson had like 50 yards or something. So they
Yeah. So
didn't. Yeah, they didn't do very well.
Chris Johnson had 40 yards. Um, I mean, they held Le'Veon Bell in check. I mean, the one guy they left open was Martavius Bryant. He had
That guy is an alien.
6 catches, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Did you see that 88-yard touchdown?
Oh yeah, ran through
Oh,
everyone.
that's insane.
Uh,
He made him look like a Pop Warner team. That's hard to do.
yeah. So overall this week, you got 4. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
What?
7, 4, and 1 because we tied on 1.
Oh, you beat me by 3?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to count the Seattle San Francisco game, it would have been 7-5 to 1. But since
Oh
you looked
gosh.
at it, I have to take it away from you. I'm sorry about that.
All right. Well, you are the gambling king, my friend. So
So
tell me, am I going to make a lot? All right. Well, I guess I'll let you guys know whether I make a lot of money next week or not. I don't know, man. I feel good about some of these lines. Were just like I did not agree with them.
yeah,
But whenever that happens, I either have a really great week or a really bad week. We'll see what happens.
are you gonna bet on a lot of these games?
Yeah, dude. Some of them, I don't know. Some of them seemed like. I mean, I'm gonna have to go and check and see if the lines stay. I might have to bet on them right now so they don't move around. But
Yeah. So one gambling bridge to another. We go to DFS. Give me your DFS chalk plays. Give me like 2 chalk plays, and give me 2 sleepers.
shock plays,
The ones that you like. If you're playing a cash game, you're playing. You got to be safe on your team.
dude. All right, hold on. Let me go check. Let me go check something. Right, like let me go look at the
All right,
stuff right now.
I'll say mine. I think DeAndre Hopkins has to be said. Gets about, I don't know how many targets he gets, but he gets about like what, 15 targets a game. That's insane.
Target monster. Yep.
It might be like 17. I don't know what's that right now, but he gets a ton of targets. Gotta play him. Gotta play him. And number 2, another chalk. Actually, I got 2 more. I'll save one for you though. I'll only say one more. Devontae Freeman. That dude has been absolutely blowing up every game, and you got to pick him against Tennessee run defense. So those are my 2.
Tennessee's run defense isn't that bad.
It's not good. Trust me, it's not
It
good.
isn't. Oh, okay. Okay, I trust you.
Um,
I still feel like. Well, okay. All right. Here, I'll pick a couple right now. All right. You listening?
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Chris Ivory.
Okay.
Chris Ivory. I don't think New England's run defense is that good. I think if the Jets have any chance to win, they're gonna have to pound the rock with him a lot. Conversely, Dion Lewis. I feel like the New England is gonna pass the ball a lot because they're not gonna be able to run on the Jets. Dion Lewis could be a big factor. I mean, chalk plays. Todd Gurley. Whoa, Todd Gurley is 5,000 right now. Are you serious?
He's got to be picked everywhere.
Yeah, that's. Oh, jeez, that's crazy. Well, he should be like 80-90% owned or something.
Right.
I'm gonna also go with Lamar Miller. I'm a big believer in his talent, and not because he's on my dynasty team, but because I mean, he averaged 5 yards a carry last year. He's pretty talented. He's kind of underrated right now. He had a string of bad games, and now they have a coaching change, and he's had a really good game, coming off a really good game. So they're going to pound the rock with him. And Houston hasn't been that impressive up front this season, so I like him a lot. Let me see. Look at a couple other guys. What about you? What do you think? We're going just go running backs right now.
Oh, only running backs. Let's see here. I like Adrian Peterson to be picked everywhere. That dude will be going off. He had 26 carries, like I said, 60 yards. Not gonna happen again. Not gonna.
7,600 is his price. I should say the price too. All right, Chris Ivory's 5,800.
Is this a DraftKings or FanDuel?
DraftKings.
Okay.
DraftKings, you listening? We're plugging you.
Adrian Peterson should be going off. I think that was like the second time where he's had 25 or more carries with like less than 65 yards or something like that. Something crazy. Second game ever. So, and Lions have a terrible run defense or terrible defense in general. So they'll run over them. I like Foster. Gets a lot of catches. So if a PPR league, I mean, he gets like 8-9 catches a game. It's crazy. It's a set.
DFS is all PPR, right?
Right. So those are, I think, basically all the running backs you guys should look at.
Todd Gurley is 5,000, man. How are you not picking him? Joseph Randall is 5,500.
Oh yeah, and like you said, Christine Michael, that guy is a sleeper.
How much is he?
No idea.
Hold up, I'm scrolling down. I still don't see his name. Oh my gosh, is this really happening? Oh my gosh, he's 3,000.
3,000. That's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. There's really high upside there. I mean, watch him fumble like within his first three snaps, and then Joseph Randall just takes all the snaps for the rest of the game. That's probably what's going to happen. Because this kid can't ever catch a break.
All right, so wide receivers, who you got?
Wide receivers, let me see.
Because we already said what do you think?
Hopkins is the third most expensive below Odell and Julio. So Hopkins is a good play. Brandon Marshall.
I think he's a good play. Just game script. If the Pats are winning by a lot,
right? They're going to be behind. They're going to have to throw a lot, right? Let's see.
Gerald and John Brown.
Right. Keenan Allen, 7,700.
Dude gets a ton of targets as well. Here's a very sneaky pick here. Zaid's sneaky pick of the week. Jeremy Maclin did not play this week, or did not practice today because he had a concussion. He's going through that whole process. And I like the wide receiver Albert Wilson. Had a pretty good game last week. Yep, Albert Wilson absolutely going to be cheap to be a number one option wide receiver wise. Once we get to the tight ends, Travis Kelce be getting a ton of targets.
Damn, man, you're going deep.
That's a pick.
That is a sleeper pick. All right, I like it.
Just a quick thing. Albert Wilson had 3 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown last week. And I don't know. I think he might have. That's only if Macklin's not playing. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These are hella funny. Oh yeah, okay. I see a good one. I've been picking this guy in the past couple of weeks. I'm a big believer in his ability, and I like his opportunity. Dante Moncrief against the Saints for 5,200. I think that's a good price. And I think there will be a game coming up soon, and this might be the one against New Orleans because they're a terrible defense where he just blows up. And at his price, there's good value there. So Luck trusts him. Luck targets him a lot. I think second most after Hilton, and for that price, there's a lot of upside there. So Dante Moncrief, 5,200.
Right. And 2 more guys I just want to quickly add. It's a little biased, but definitely Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree. I think.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
I think they're going to be throwing a lot. And sneaky fact of the week, Zayd's sneaky fact of the week, Michael Crabtree has more targets than Amari Cooper. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay. I like it.
Tight end too.
Tight ends. It's usually like Gronk or bust for me.
I think Gates is automatic almost now.
Okay. For tight ends, we can't pick Gronk. How about that? You just can't.
Okay.
Because Gronk is like, all right, there's Gronk and everyone else, right? So for me, I like a good play because the Raiders are so bad defending tight ends. I like Ladarius Green this week.
Okay.
For 2,900, that's really cheap. So that's a pretty good value pick. I'm looking. Jordan Reed, if he gets cleared from the concussion protocol, he's 4,200. Cousins targets him a lot. I feel like he's a pretty damn good player. He gets separation really easily. He's a damn good tight end. He just can't stay healthy. So if he's cleared to play, I think 4,200 carries a lot of upside there. Travis Kelce against Pittsburgh. They're 29th against tight ends for 4,900. That's a pretty good price too. Just because who else are they going to go to? Maybe if Macklin might be out too, Alex Smith has to be going to Kelce a lot. So he might be a target monster in that game. Plus he carries a lot of upside because of his athletic ability, and he's like baby Gronk. He's a beast.
Yeah. I think those are main guys I would have said as well. I don't know if there's anyone else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to, I mean, Barnidge has been pretty dang good the last 3 or 4 weeks. So, so again, but it's a tough defense, the Rams. So I wouldn't trust it though.
I said that. I mean, I've said that for Barnidge the last 2 weeks. He played the Ravens,
Right.
The worst defense against the best defense against tight ends, and Denver is the best defense in the league, and he produced against both of them. So, I'm starting to trust Barnidge a lot. He's pretty legit.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'll put him in a couple lineups. Finally, let's just end it off with the quarterbacks. There's a few good options here.
Go ahead.
I think the obvious ones are Carson Palmer against the Baltimore terrible defense. Another obvious one, Phillip Rivers against Oakland, terrible pass defense by the Raiders. Gotta have them in a couple lineups. They're 500 yards last week, and that was against the Packers. Maybe they'll throw 700 this week. I don't know.
Hey man, calm down. Could you stop mentioning that you threw 500 yards? We get it.
500. That's so much, so many yards. That's insane.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Did they put up 40 points? No.
That's because
I'm just saying 20 points. That's it. Okay. My guy is Cam Newton this week.
Okay.
Against Philadelphia. I feel like he's going to run for like a couple rushing touchdowns. I feel like that's going to be a close game, actually. Did I pick Carolina's spread? I'm not sure. But I'm taking Cam Newton in a lot of lineups. He's been producing without anyone but Greg Olsen to throw to. So I like him at his price, 6,600. Obviously, Carson Palmer, I'm going to have him in a lot of lineups too. I don't know why he's not more expensive. He's 6,700, so he's got to be in a lot of lineups. I like Phillip Rivers too, so very good choices, man. Very good choices.
The sneaky pick, another. Well, it's not. I only should have one sneaky pick, but my underrated quarterback play of the week goes to another bias, Derek Carr.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be Derek Carr. I was looking at him. I was like, he's going to pick Derek Carr.
Derek Carr blew up against the Chargers last year. I forgot how good he did, but he had, I think, about 3 touchdowns.
Let him back for the win.
Right. He had a big game, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards. I think I will pick him in a few lineups as well. He's going to be throwing a lot.
For sure.
Yeah. So I think that's week 7 for the NFL and week 1 for Kill the Clock.
Yeah, that is right. All right, man. We had a good week. That's great. We're gonna come back next week. We'll talk about how much money we made. Zaid's gonna talk. Zaid's gonna brag or complain about his DFS picks, and I'm gonna brag or complain about my degenerate gambling picks. So we'll see what happens.
Looking forward to it.
All right. See you guys later. Shahin signing out.
Take care, guys.